element of the player, also
Absolutely.
playing against higher caliber players. So, in fairness to Yancey, I think it's going to be up to him to determine this is going to be my year because he got a nice supporting cast,
Yes.
like Mike said. So it's just going to
But
be.
can you take him out on defense, though? I mean, in all fairness, can he? Do you think at that size he's going to be able to play both ends of the court? I mean, we haven't seen that. At the speed, if Cronin doesn't adjust the speed of the game, is he going to be able to get up and down both? Because we haven't seen that.
Well,
we haven't seen him be able to play
the
both
flaw
ends
that
of the court.
Yancey has to do is he has to improve his rebounding.
Yes.
He has to do that in
Yeah.
order to get to that because he's the big guy on the
He's a
team.
wide body.
Got to improve the read. He does that this year. He if he able to get out of there with a 12 and 10, he's got a chance to go to the league.
Okay.
And to be fair, Cronin's not going to put him out there against the other team's best post player. They're going to use the other big men as sacrificial lambs to take fouls and wear him down. And that way, Yancey can actually get his 25, 30, 35 minutes a game so he can be out on the floor.
That kid Check's gonna take a lot of pressure off.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know if you've seen him.
No, I haven't seen him.
I really like him.
What about UK? Anybody UK fans? You looked at UK's roster?
I am.
I mean, they're local.
I'm making plans. I'm making plans to get down to UK versus UNC on December 3rd. So
I'm about to say, you see their roster.
Yeah.
All the McDonald's All-Americans,
it's gonna be now.
Gilchrist,
I heard
Teague,
Terrence Jones put up 52.
Jones.
Yeah.
Come on
Yeah,
now, Marcus
Is
Teague,
that a scrimmage?
Gilchrist. Yeah, that was a scrimmage. But yeah, I mean that was
52 is 52.
yeah, 52 is 52. I mean, but 52.
Still got to put it in the
You
bucket.
still got to put it in the bucket. But yeah, I mean, UK's looking nice.
Calipari has hitched his wagon
Money
on
on paying people's grandma.
I've always liked Calipari.
Yeah, because he was
Calipari's nice.
paying. I like him too.
He's hitched his money on. I'm gonna get the best talent possible
Yes,
right now.
absolutely.
I'm not gonna worry about next year. I'm gonna worry about now.
But it can't get to a championship though.
Yes,
Eddie.
it can.
It hasn't gotten him a championship.
It hasn't gotten him.
He had
it
the
hasn't-
best team.
it hasn't-
You have 40. What did he have? 4 or 5 first rounders 2
That
years
didn't
ago?
make his team the best team.
No, that didn't.
That didn't make. He had some of the best
He had
talent,
5
but it didn't
first
make his team.
rounders.
It didn't matter.
Yeah,
lost
because there
one
was a
game.
It
chemistry.
didn't matter.
lost one
They
game.
weren't
Yeah.
the best. First of all, let's be clear about something right now. The SEC is not
Weak.
what that is when we
that's
start
weak.
talking about conferences.
It's not football. Yeah.
You know,
It's not. I mean, it's not the basketball and football.
Number two, they really didn't have a shooter. I mean, they had Liggins and they had my boy number 1 Miller, I believe, out there, but they weren't giving him the ball to shoot the ball.
Okay.
They were going out there, hey, we need you to play defense, and you got open 3, go chuck the rock. You know, and I think Calipari is doing his best to round the roster out by recruiting some shooters and making sure he has a well-rounded point guard, and he's got it. And but that team will be carried by Terrence Jones, and he's phenomenal. I just wonder if he can play 40 minutes, full 40, and he can go out there and give him a consistent effort.
So, I mean, when we look at in terms of the college game, I mean, when you talk about it, I still think that. I mean, your Butlers, your Gonzagas, your small colleges have such
No
an
love for
advantage. Xavier, what? They play basketball? Xavier?
They play. I did. They
Xavier
get me.
gonna be nice. I heard.
I saw him in March. I saw him in Musketeer Madness. They
Hold
were
up.
nasty.
He just checked his cell phone when we on TV.
I wanted to put it on silent. I wanted to put it on silent. It rang.
Hold up,
I didn't
for
want to
real
make sure
though?
that the mic didn't come out.
For real?
I didn't want to make sure the mic
For real
didn't come
though?
out.
You turned it off.
I turned it off.
The mice man gonna get cut when we get off a camera.
I apologize.
Man,
I apologize.
Man, you know, say these are my auditions for Oprah. How am I gonna ever get on Oprah? How Oprah gonna be talking about me talking about you can't control your guest to answer your cell phone?
I think you just controlled it. Though.
Nah, that's what's up. Yeah,
have
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Come
on,
So when you think about it, Xavier, what's Xavier basketball looking like? I like Chris Mack over there. Chris did me one time over on Simpson back in the day. He did me on the court. I didn't know who he was. He did me for the last point. I fouled him and everything. He still took me to the rack and
Where was
did
this
me.
at?
Over in North College Hill. At a court. Everybody, you've been over in North College Hill on Simpson.
Yeah, I just don't remember you playing.
Man,
I was
come
playing with.
man, whatever, man. I was playing over at the Forest
just
Club.
saying, I'm just
I was
saying.
playing with Bobby Austin, though. You know
Oh,
Bobby.
yeah.
You know that
Yeah,
name,
I know
don't you?
Bobby Austin.
Yeah, a legend. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man, I was second team all Friars Club.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
I'm just telling you.
Right.
You know, whatever.
And there used to be some wars in the Friars.
Wars at the Friars
Yep.
Club, 12 o'clock, signing up. So yeah, I was a beast over there. Yeah, I got my rings too. So what's Xavier looking at? I like Chris Mack over there. I hate that his wife's not coaching. His wife not coaching is a disappointment to me. Is Christy Mack, great coach over Coleraine, and she's taking care of kids now. And I hope she gets back into coaching because she's as passionate about coaching as I've seen anybody passionate about anything. So what do we think about next year?
I saw him at Musketeer Madness last weekend. First of all, big thanks to Tom Iser and the team. They always show me love, give me credentials and everything to go in there and check their games out. I honestly think Tu Holloway and Cheeks Lyons might be one of the 3-4 best backcourts in America.
Oh, wow.
I honestly believe that. They remind me a lot of 2009 Kansas State. You guys remember Jacob Pullen, Dennis Clemente, and that backcourt, and they did war with two and Jordan Crawford, who's now over at the Wizards, and they went war. And Gus Johnson lost his mind. He was over there having an aneurysm and everything, and they went double OT, shooting threes from North College Hill and Florence and everything. They was chucking the rock, but that group, that team has grown up, and they have a lot of senior talent with two and Kenny Freeze, and they got Cheeks, who's a junior, and they've got a lot of transfers that have come in that can step in immediately, and they've got a kid in Desmond Wells. I mean, Desmond Wells might be one of the 3, 4, 5 best freshmen in America. He's that good. He's that good.
Boy, above
He's
David
that good.
Rivers. I mean,
He's
Rivers.
that good.
Over
Austin
Rivers,
Do you
Austin.
think that they will win their conference?
They won the last 5.
That's what I'm saying.
But their conference is weak, though. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, man. That's not
be
really
careful.
a conference. Though.
VCU
Man.
from their conference went to the championship game.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
believe
You're
Richmond
right,
went to
you're
the Elite Eight.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah,
so-
you're right.
And Xavier,
That's true.
That's
That's
the
true.
thing. Xavier won that conference.
See, but that's back to what we talk about in terms of this watered down collegiate basketball. That you have the BCUs and the Richmonds, these no games, these no talented teams, keep
Well,
7 people, 12 people for 10 years,
Well, that's what-
and they play together. You remember at the Friars Club when they used to run the zone, you'd have 40-year-old white guys running the zone, and everybody lose them up. So Richmond and BC are the 45-year-old white dudes running the zone. They're 50 years old out
What's
there.
wrong with guys staying together
Nothing.
for 4 years
Nothing.
and winning?
Absolutely nothing.
That's what they're doing at UC.
But they're not winning as much.
We haven't had a guy leave. Well, Lance Stevens.
Lance?
Yeah, Lance left.
That didn't work out.
Yeah, that didn't work out too well. I mean, because he's
He
not
still got time. I'm not hating on Lance. He still got time. But
Lance was wilding out.
yeah.
Lance need Jesus.
We
So,
all
We all
yeah.
need Jesus.
No, I need Jesus more than I do.
You're right.
I got Jesus on speed dial right now, though. I just talked to
Me
him
and
before I
JC
came
is
in
the
here.
homie.
So when we think about, that, I mean, and to me that just has always been a sticking point, that I think that it's important for young athletes, because the perfect example is Kenyon Martin. Kenyon Martin in 4 years got better and improved his craft every single year.
Let me tell you why. Because every year I was coming back,
Yep.
Eric was coming back,
Yep.
Herb was coming back. I would come to play in the Purcell League, play against Kenyon. Oh, he's okay. Come back the next year, play against Kenyon. Oh, Kenyon getting all right.
Mm-hmm.
Come back the next year, Kenyon is getting all right. Come back that
He's a
fourth
beast.
year, Kenyon is the man.
He's the
you know
man.
What I'm saying? But it was the constant ability to play against guys better than
Absolutely.
him to make him raise his game up. And Hugs, he did his thing with Kenyon also. But Kenyon was a dog from, I remember Scottie Pippen threw this at me. He said, it's hard to turn a poodle into a pit bull. But if he already got a little pit bull in him, you just got to raise him.
You
I
gotta-
think
exactly.
that's what
You gotta bring it
that
up.
was Kenyon. He always was tough on D. He just didn't score the ball.
Absolutely.
And he just put both things in his game.
Yeah.
National Player of the Year.
National Player of the Year. He broke his leg and we lost it, man. I dropped a
Have
tear.
you ever seen anybody break their leg
Yeah.
as many times we have and still jump out the gym?
Still
like,
jump out the gym. Yeah.
Break,
That's
not torn meniscus or
Break a leg.
Broke his leg.
Yeah, and that was a sad moment for us, because that was a year that we felt that we had an opportunity to get back and win a national title that year, and Logan just cracked on us that year. I was just like, but it was too much pressure on him. In all fairness,
Pound for pound, he's still the best
Yeah.
player to come through.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh, absolutely. And I think, but your boy David West over at XU is certainly, I think he's outperformed everybody's expectations.
West is man.
West has I don't know about Eddie. What do you think? Do you think he's outperformed his expectations coming out of XU?
I mean, Chad Ford, ESPN said that it was a reach. It was they went too high to get him, and then he got drafted at 18. He got drafted at 18.
And they said that was too high.
They said that was too high for David
Yeah.
West. I mean, David West came out of X at 6'8", about 230, 235 pounds, and he just showed that he's got a dog in him more than anything else.
Or steroids.
And now he's
HGH. He got some HGH. That boy got some HGH.
But the biggest thing he ever did is he became the 17-foot assassin.
Absolutely, and that's the key right there.
He became 17-foot assassin. And the funny thing is, I think about Yancey. Yancey can hit the 17-foot.
Yeah,
The one thing he can do is he can actually kind of stroke the rock.
but he got to
Right.
trim
He
down.
leans on it too much.
Yeah, he
I
leans
think
on
he
it. but he's gotta
settles
trim-
for it
Yeah,
too
he
much.
was-
But he's got to
definitely.
trim down. Though. My thing is, if it's not all muscle, like LeBron, LeBron 6'8", 268 muscle.
Yes, he's not looking back.
You
He
know,
hadn't looked back.
but I'm just saying. But I haven't seen him recently. But
Right.
last year, he just seemed like he was still a little punchy. And I'm not an anti-Yancey fan. I just think that I want more out of him, and I think we can get more out of him. And I'm gonna get that
Expectations
boy
always.
too high, maybe high too. And kind of like Damon Flint. When Damon Flint came out of Woodward State Championship basketball. There was a lot of expectations on Damon that people felt that he never necessarily lived up to. And that's unfortunate. That's the easy thing about being on this side of the table. We can always criticize on that side of the table.
Did y'all ever criticize me when I was out there?
Who were you? You know, UCB. Yeah, it's Corie Blount. You did your thing, man.
I'm sure it was
Final Four.
some kind of
Man, we got all these rings out here, man. I got so much hardware.
I've been here 20 years.
I got hardware.
I got,
man,
so I know he might have.
I got hardware. You got hardware. You rep it, yo. Deuces. I got a Final 8, Elite 8, and a Final 4. I'm good with you. 11 years in the NBA. What we gonna say about you?
Right.
If you don't mind, in '91 I was 8 years old, and I was just getting. I was a baby. Still rubbery brain, boogers on my face and everything.
Right.
But I remember watching you guys, you and Nick and everybody come through, and like y'all made me being in Oklahoma, bro, watching Stacey King in Oklahoma, Mookie Blaylock and them cats. And I love the Bearcats.
Right.
I love the Bearcats, and if you just tell us like what that was, because you were kind of like the beginning of the Bearcats really coming into national prominence. What was that start of? Did you feel it coming, or what was that like?
You know, when we look back at it, we were the underdog. We were all junior college transfers, and at that time it was a stigma that junior college transfers couldn't get it done. So not just only did we have to represent for UC, we had to represent for all the junior college players also. And the good thing about it, we all gelled together. That was the best team I ever played on, because everybody from 1 through 12, we hung out together. We was cool with each other. That's rare. When you get all 12 guys, if one person going to the club, all 12 of us going to the club, which was prime time at that time. In Parktown, but it was all the city saw all of us together, and they could see the camaraderie we had with each other. And when you got that off the court, it's so much easier on the court, especially when you got a maniac like Hugs trying to kill your character, but build it up at the same time. So we just gelled, man. That was just a special group of guys that believed that we could win. After we lost to DePaul, we had a meeting for about 6 hours after the game. Everybody sat in the locker room and tried to figure out why the hell we lost that game. For guys, everybody, not just one person getting up, we all stayed in there 6 hours after that game and figured it out. And we went on a hell of a streak after that.
Wow. So in terms of coaching, what are your experiences with Hugs?
As far as just coaching, getting coached by Hugs, it was an experience. That was the first person. I came from California, man, where I was smooth, was able to do anything I want. I was a junior college player of the year, averaged 20 and 12. You know what I'm saying? I was able to shoot threes and put the ball on the floor, and he took all that away from me and called me every name under the sun.
He said he took everything away.
But it was something that I needed at that time, because if I would have been able to flourish and dribble all between my legs like I thought I could, I would have killed myself. I just wouldn't have been able to be successful doing that at that level. So he kind of gave me that tough love that we all needed at that time. And that's the thing, it brought us closer together, because when he would get to going on one of his tirades, we would, don't worry about it, it's about us. And when you get that, that just helps you build character amongst the team and everybody fighting for one cause, and that's the win. And that's all Hugs wanted. He just wanted to push you to your limits like a drill sergeant. He used to always say, I don't need everybody to be a Bearcat. I'm looking for a few good men, like the U.S. Marines.
You look like Captain America.
So that's what it was. He was the perfect fit for what we needed at that time to help us focus on winning.
So what was your best N.B.A. experience? What was your best N.B.A. experience?
After I signed my deal with Chicago, basically you sign your contract, you get a key to the gym. One night, I went to the gym about 11 o'clock at night just to go shoot. I'm shooting around, and it was like out of a movie, man. I'm sitting there shooting. I done reached my ultimate goal. I'm in the league. I got access to this gym, whatever. So I was just used to go shoot. But one night I'm in there shooting, and the lights went on. I'm like, man, who's coming in this late? And there he was. All you need to say is, man.
Yeah, Michael Jordan. Come on, tell me, man.
So I'm shooting. I'm still shooting, and he walked by, and I'm like, dang, that's him. Gotta look good now. I'm working on my step back move, and he walked up. Hey, young fella. I'm like, hey, what's going on, man? We talking. He said, man, welcome aboard. I heard a lot of good things about you. I'm like, yeah. I said, thanks. I'm ready. He said, yeah, we heard you. We know all about you. You gonna be able to help us. I'm like, you want to play one-on-one? You know what I'm saying? He's like, no, I just came to shoot, man. I just came to shoot. So he kind of used that gym. Like I said, I used to go play one-on-one by myself. playing Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, and all them dudes, even though they wasn't in the gym. That's who I was playing against. So when he came in the gym,
Wow.
he was just coming to shoot, you know.